name is Jihane Mossalim. I'm born and raised in Montreal, so I'm from Montreal, Canada, and I'm a painter and an art teacher, and I've been painting for a long time, for like since more seriously since 2009. And I'm really interested in people and faces. And I work with photographs. I used to work with a lot of older photographs and photographs of strangers. And I would take elements of the pictures and play with the composition. And recently, I've been a lot more interested in portraits. So I started with portraits and then kind of evolved into more scenes with buildings, architectures, and I was tired of it. So I went back to portrait. I was missing it so much. And now it's mainly what I do. And I'm interested in another way of approaching the portrait, not just from a photograph. And that's what I'm working on for the residency. Looking at, well, with the team, artist and standby, I was thinking about it and I was wondering how were people feeling or how they perceive themselves in that specific time and place when the pandemic happened or during the pandemic, and it's not over yet either. So I was interested in that. And so I'm currently working on a series of portraits. Hopefully I can get stuff also from the other participants in the residency. I'm currently collaborating with Susanna, one of the participants. And it's not actual pictures of her, it's pictures of object or scenes of the city or the sea. So I'm going to explore that and see how I can transform that using the methods I'm currently using. So I'll explain it a bit. I have a picture, usually of a face, a portrait. And I take this picture and I ask the person who shared that picture with me to describe themselves. For this residency, I would ask them to describe themselves, how they felt during the pandemic or when it started, or any emotions or even physical aspect that they remember about it, and just a few lines of description. And then I take that text and I run it through AI, text-to-image generator. And then I take that image that the AI gave me and I kind of combine them both through Photoshop. So I make my own composition based on those two images, and then I paint the result of it. And also I'm exploring AR, augmented reality, and try to add moving components or a video to it when you go with your phone or iPad or any device. When you install a specific application, you can scroll over my work and a video will start playing. So what I'm exploring through that, it's mainly how I can maybe help the viewer understand that person, or how to facilitate a certain understanding between the portrait and the viewer. So that's what I'm exploring. I'm still at the early stages. I'm looking forward and seeing what else going to come out of it. So, but that's it. I'm definitely creating a series of these kind of portraits, exploring AI and AR. And yes, so I'm hoping to do more during the residency. I'm hoping to continue working on collaborations. And for the future after this residency, I'm currently working on my master's thesis in art education at Concordia University in Montreal, and that's what I'm exploring. So it will come into my thesis. I will work on that, I think, for a few more years. I'm excited to see where it goes, but definitely portraits, people, and the perception that maybe the person has on themselves, and also how people perceive them. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I think yes, I think that sums it up. I'm not sure the final result. I think I have an idea, but hopefully I want to push the AR aspect of it. I'm still at the beginning and I have a lot to learn. But I'm hoping to include it in most of my work. And also that's it, using different technologies and eventually, and that's also my thesis, that's also what I'm working on, how I can incorporate these kind of technologies in the classroom for like different projects and make it more like a normal thing. Like that's something that we do every year. And so, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you.